Champ!
You good? You
Champ!
good? You good?
Champ! But it's so champ. You good, man? Champ!
Everyone assumed that the BET Awards would be dominated by awards, music, and glamorous red carpet events. However, nobody was aware that the actual performance was taking place backstage. Remy Ma was going crazy behind the scenes as the audience applauded and celebrities feigned adoration. Nor was she giving out hugs. It quickly became known that Remy had captured Papoose and Claressa Shields holding hands in shaky 4K phone footage from someone's cousin's cousin. Let's just say that Rhee's patience was the only thing. That was more grab that evening than Claressa's. Wig, yes. A full-blown altercation, with Paul in front of sponsors at the BET Awards while wearing heels. Startling, not at all. Fun, of course. Because this was more than a brief fit of jealousy. This concerned a boxing champion who may have been hit offering, a budding side chick, and a failing marriage. Was the first blow delivered by Remy? Was Claressa prepared? Did Papoose conspire behind the scenes to have it go viral? In any case, the betting area became a battleground. And every untidy detail is right here. Let's go back in time. The tension was high before the mayhem and before the wigs flew. The goal of the 2025 BET Awards was to honor fashion talent. But it's obvious that someone neglected to inform Remy Ma that the actual battle wasn't taking place on stage. Backstage was the location. She came by herself. There was simply her in a stylish black dress with her hair pulled back in a tight bun, and that "don't mess with me" expression plastered all over her face. No +1. A papoose. The blogs were humming just from that. Her refusal to accompany Claressa Shields on the red carpet was even more striking. Is it a coincidence? No way. Everyone was already aware that the two had been harboring animosity. And there were 3 syllables in the reason: Papoose, for years. Hip-hop's devoted pair were Papoose and Remy. He reared their family, supported her during her incarceration, and established a reputation for love and dedication. However, something broke somewhere in the process. Claressa Shields, an Olympic gold medalist, boxing icon, and rumored to be Papoose's new phone number into that void. For months, there had been rumors that they were buddies, but the Bet Award made it too clear. Witnesses stated that shortly after Claressa, Papoose entered through a side door. Not by herself, not with Remy, but with Claressa's glamorous entourage. Soon after, hazy images of Papoose standing behind her, assisting with dress repairs while her stylist fixed the train, surfaced online. He appeared overly proud. Fans noticed something crazy when they zoomed in. The initials "Place" were sewn into the lining of her handmade gown. Papoose's signature is that. Could it be a coincidence? The whispers reached Remy's ears. She stated, "I swear I'm flipping this whole show upside down if I see them holding hands." On tape that was released from her dressing room. She didn't lie, though. Everything happened quickly. Backstage, Papoose and Claressa could be seen laughing and chatting on camera. Her lower back was in his grasp. Then, without warning, Remy showed up. First, no words. Just tension, quiet, and the death stare that only a wounded woman can offer. "Well, you're bold with it now," she replied at the end. "We're doing it that way." "It's not even like that," Claressa said in an attempt to defuse the situation. Remy, however, was not listening. Yank was the next thing anyone knew. The wig is gone. The audience let out a gasp. Security stopped. The floor was filled with drinks. According to reports, a backstage employee said, "Oh my God, this is better than the hip-hop awards." This is the most absurd part. Claressa did not defend herself. "You've been waiting to do that since the DMs leaked," she added, adjusting her hair and giving Remy a direct look. "Feel better?" Within minutes, the video was posted to TikTok by someone's cousin, as it's always a cousin. 2 million views in 30 minutes. Cardi B's voice was used in a remix that went viral. Rhee's retaliation became popular. Comments were flooding in. Claressa stood like a champion because she is one, and Remy turned B into the UFC. Bet was forced to make a statement as well. Violence is not acceptable to us. We are assessing the circumstances. Translation: before we take advantage of this, we want to see how many views it receives. And they milked it. Soon after, Claressa shared a selfie on social media. Perfect as ever, stating, "A queen doesn't flinch, especially not for a crown that doesn't fit." Remy, meanwhile, disappeared. No tweets, no postings. However, admirers saw her barefoot and fatigued in a nearby hotel, as if she had shed all the tears she had been suppressing for years. Screenshots were the next bomb. A leak from what appeared to be Rhee's private group chat with her lawyer, stylist, and glamour squad. Project Wig is the name of the chat. I'm not kidding. The messages were outrageous. One said, "The game is finished. If she shows up with him, I will seize the lace from her soul." Another statement was, "Keep flats ready just in case." The internet went crazy when those screenshots were posted to Twitter. There was no meltdown here. This was deliberate wig theft. Supporters divided into two groups. One side dragged Remy, claiming that instead of using violence, she needed rehabilitation. She was referred to as a legend by the opposing side for carrying out her duty. Claressa appeared completely unconcerned. "Can't hear the hate over the applause," she said as the caption on a selfie she shared online. Just that one post received 500,000 likes. Bet pretended to be impartial. Bet everyone knew they were most likely assembling the backstage video for the promo reel the following year. Rhee's team was placed under complete lockdown in the interim. No lives, no leaks, no shade. Her publicist instructed her glamorous squad, and she disabled comments and unfollowed gossip pages. In contrast, Claressa's crew worked like business wizards. They partnered with a wig grip company to produce a new campaign called Wigs Don't Win Wars. In 2 hours, it was sold out. And poor Papoose. Despite saying nothing, the man ended up taking center stage. TikTok investigators were confident that he had been surreptitiously meeting Claressa for months after comparing old films, examining hoodies and matching The bout quickly became a boxing commercial due to the popularity of phony trailers. The main event was Remy Ma versus Claressa Shields. Even famous people joined in. Op was Cardi B's reaction. A dubious post was liked by Nicki Minaj, as Megan Thee Stallion put it on Twitter. "Defend your edges and your peace." However, beneath the drama and memes, things became serious. According to reports, Rhee's attorneys began looking into the leaks, claiming that the screenshots of the group conversation were private property. Legal action for ill intent and defamation was also discussed. According to some insiders, Remy was more upset about losing control of the narrative than he was over the altercation. We will now wait. This tale is far from over, even though the internet may go on, because this was more than simply a quarrel over a man in the end. Pride, treachery, and two strong women demonstrating to the world what happens when personal suffering is turned into public amusement were all present. To be honest, no one was found to be guilty. Everyone with Wi-Fi roasted Papoose. Remy got the headlines, and Claressa got the clout. Thus, keep this backstage in mind the next time you believe the BET Awards are all about speeches and awards. Who maintains their wig is more important than who receives the trophy. People were deeply affected when a voice message purportedly written by Remy to a close friend began to circulate online. She states in the video, "I'm not angry that she got him. I'm upset because he made no attempt to stop me." Everything changed with that one line. Behind all the turmoil, which sounded genuine and unfiltered, the internet went from laughing to feeling her grief. Everyone began to question whether the conflict was about pride, betrayal, love, or all three at once. This was no longer merely rumors. It turned into a tale of public humiliation, ego, and grief. Then there was another twist. Legal documents that suggested Remy might be getting ready to file charges for emotional distress and defamation began to circulate online. People believed them, even though no one knew if they were real. Everything seemed feasible in this era of frequent leaks, screenshots, and viral articles. According to reports, she also intended to sue Bet and Claressa, claiming the network was unable to resolve the dispute. Claressa's team implied that she had her own attorneys on hand to defend her reputation in the interim. What had begun as backstage drama had now escalated into a full-fledged emotional and legal battle with no apparent winners.